Hello, hello, hello. Hello, it is I, Ramses the 800th, and we are back with more Black Clover. The chapters came out today officially, and we're going to react to them. I'm going to preface this. The asterisk in the title is not a mistake. It's because when the chapters were released a little early, or they were leaked, I should say, it was very hard to avoid the discussion and avoid all of the it just basically, it was really hard to avoid everything, right? And I did read the leaks, so I do already know kind of what happens, but I don't know the official translation. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be going through the official translations and basically going through like a what's the word I'm looking for? We're going to be what is it? Discussing the ending and how everything happens, right? So let's just get right into it. We got the chapters right here. So we're going to be starting with Limit Breakers, which is chapter 387, and we got this beautiful new illustration by Tabata. This is also a reference. Hold on, let's see if I can pull this up. Let me go back to just no, I can do it from here. Let me just add something because this is actually a reference to a previous image that was, I believe, the 6th anniversary image. Let me try to find this. This isn't. Oh, sorry about that. This isn't popping up on the thing, right? Hold on. I don't think so. Let me. Okay. I know you're hearing the beeps. Hold on. Yeah, I don't think you're doing this. Hold on. Let me get this. Browse. Hold on. This one. Here we go. I don't know how this is gonna open up. Okay, there we go. This is a reference to this image. As you can tell, I'm gonna flip it back and forth real quick. You see? It's a reference to the 6th anniversary of Black Clover, which is really cool. It's a cool homage, and technically we're in the 10th. Well, technically, if this continues on to February, which is going to, it's going to be the 11th year of Black Clover, which is very nice. But let's continue on with the chapter. Well, let's start the chapter, I guess. So we're picking up where we left off. Last time, we were kind of getting the final hits in on Lucius. Asa returned to the battle after everybody else came from like the Diamond Kingdom and some of the elves and a few of like the miscellaneous other mages, and they just got a major hit on Lucius, severing his arms and bending them in a very bad way backwards. Yuno's spirit and Asta's devil have fused with them completely. Asta's was a result of the fight against Lucifero. Then, because they pulled up each other. Oh, what? And because they pulled up each other, cut off. And then we have a guy like you who rampages around by himself could never get this strong, right? And then he obviously heals himself. I'm the Wizard Emperor. No matter how strong you get, you won't defeat me. The Wizard Emperor. They're probably saying this in unison. I would have to guess. That isn't even a thing, which is really funny. Again, like let me just go back a little bit. Like these are like we know he has every single grimoire, and this is like very biblically accurate angel right here. He's doing all these like monster heads. This kind of looks like the beast that was in the um Land of the Rising Sun ocean. Like remember that beast? I forgot what it was called. It was like the 5-headed or like 6-headed dragon that appeared, the giant sea serpent thing. This kind of reminds me of that. It's like a bunch of like eyeless heads. So, that could be a reference to that. And then obviously it isn't even a thing. Nobody acknowledges you, right? They're all saying this in unison. What we want what we want to be is a wizard king that everybody can get behind, right? You see them zipping around, they're going back and forth fighting, and everyone's watching in awe as they are just absolutely wreaking havoc, right? They slam down into, I think this is like a cathedral. Like what is it called? The set of their fighting is so beautiful. Like they're going through all these crazy places, and you're just seeing them absolutely like zoom around. Granted, it's kind of hard to like keep track sometimes because it's like, okay, there he is, there's Asta, there's but like, it's going all over the place. We get a punch from Lucius, and he's sending chunks to Asta. Asta tanks it. Comes in with I think this is Boreas, which is the axe, slams him away. He blocks it, goes away. This magic power, you truly are magnificent. The ultimate heights, glazing. Your attacks can even reach me, the Wizard Emperor. I acknowledge you. I acknowledge your skills, and yet, why are you fighting beside a flaw like him? Magic has nothing to do with it. The rival I want to surpass is Asta. Asta being like, yeah, that's my brother. You'd never be enough. And Lucius is weird. We kind of don't see his face. I've seen his face so many times in the past few days. It's such a funny face. He's seething. He's coping right now. He's so angry. You can see the frustration on his face. It's so funny. Take it back. Are you implying that that magicless mistake is superior to me? Someone without magic shouldn't even exist. I have to correct that error and save him. Save me? Nobody needs that. The things I felt because I had no magic, the pain, the frustration, the despair. We're getting flashbacks to here. This is Uha, I don't remember his name. Seke? Yeah, Seke. This is Seke saying like he's magicless. This is when he didn't get his grimoire, and this is also when he was being fought by the chain magic guy. The despair. All those things are mine. There's no way I'm letting you mess with that. Mess with them. Maybe it's not fair. Maybe I'm not perfect. That doesn't give you the right to do whatever you want. This life is mine. Crazy hard speech, and we see that he has his 5 horns. He has his 5 horns here, which is 5-leaf grimoire. You know, neato. Silence. Obviously, they're still fighting. He gets launched. He launches Asa back. I'm the Wizard Emperor. I can't possibly be wrong. And then comes back. You really aren't worth bothering with. What? You really aren't worth bothering with. I knew it. You're no Julius. Nobody could idolize a guy like you. Just trashing on him. I'm going to be the Wizard King. My dream, our dream, will never lose to a zero like you. Crazy. Look at all this. All this is going crazy. There's like so many slashes going around. Oh, jeez. And he's using both the slasher, and I think this is the other one. Oh, I always struggle with the names of the demon swords. It's Demon Slayer, Demon Dweller, Demon Slasher, which is this one. I forgot what the third one is. Whatever. It's the other one. We'll never lose to a zero like you, right? And this, I'll talk about it when I'm done with the chapter, right? I'll talk about it when I'm done with the chapter. I'll do the whole discussion at the end, right? So we can go through these chapters. The fight continues on. We see Lucius, they're going over through a bunch of these people. Look at all these people. They're going in through all this. Go. Yeah, they're all fighting. He just completely eviscerated. This is a blood magic guy. Because this looks like the one that, what's her name? She was a baddie. I don't remember her name. He completely destroys his blood golem. Please, Asta with the arrow. Don't remember what its name was. I beg you. Everyone's basically going, please, we need your help, right? Go take him out. You can do it. Win. Go Asta, right? Everybody's basically rooting for. We're seeing everybody here. Everyone's rooting for them. Knocked. This is the queen. Shit, what's her name? It's Yami's girl. That's all I know. It's Yami's girl. We see the Nozel siblings. Sylvia siblings. Luck. Magna. Gauche. His sister. This is Gauche, right? Yeah, Gauche, his sister. The deer. Captain. Finrol's Vonica? Yeah, the Vonica, that's her name. And Charlie, yeah, thank you. Oh man, my memory, I'm too excited. The memories are bad. Thank you so much. Everyone's saying like you could do it. This is Mimosa, Charmy, the fungus guy, the Earth girl from Charlotte's group, Vanessa. We didn't see their fight, Vanessa and damn. It's always the names. The changing girl. We didn't even see their fight with the Julius clone. Hopefully we get that expanded on in the thing. We see Seke laid out. More Golden Dawn members. Zora and her name Nero. Zora Nero. William Vengeance. Yami. Oh my god, my brain. And then obviously all of Asta's and siblings. They're all basically cheering. They're all going, I can imagine the animation that's going to happen whenever this gets animated. And they're zooming by, cleaving mountains like it's nothing, just absolutely chasing each other throughout the entire kingdom. Yeah, they're fighting back. Yeah, they're all coming, right? It's all the same thing, right? This is their destination, a place beyond their limits. They won't last long, though. If I ride this out, I'll win. One more mistake, one more strike. We need something to give us an opening against Lucius. So Lucius's plan is very obvious. he knows that their transformations are probably going to burn out, and he's can just keep going. Oh, he has 2 halos. Neat. I didn't notice that. He has 2 halos. So his plan is just like keep going and escape, right? Oh my god, the shot. I remember the shot. Okay. Well, obviously, so she's chasing after them. Noelle is chasing after them. I don't know why he does this. Sometimes he just has these shots, Tabata. Sometimes he just does these shots where it's just random fan service for no reason, which is very weird because it's not usual for Black Clover, but you know, whatever. And this, I actually really like this part of the thing, so let's cover it, right? So obviously we see Asta, Yuno, and Lucius way far ahead, and we see that Noelle is right behind them. Well, not right behind them, but quite a ways behind them. This fight is moving fast. They're far away. I need precise control of my magic. I've always been bad at that. And we see like a whole flash of her, basically her development, right? She went from somebody who had such a hard time steering and controlling her magic to being able to defend people, Valkyrie dress. At this point, though, I can do it. Crazy development. And she's using the last of her anti-magic to fire it at Lucius. And he didn't realize it because he can't see, right? And in that moment, he got hit by it. We see a crack in his core, and we see Julius in the corner. And obviously Asta and Asta and Yuno were able to get a little, basically tag him once he got hit. And now that his core is damaged, Julius, the main man, was able to like grab him. The hour of judgment is here. And I don't know what he's doing here. I'm gonna be honest. He's kind of like just holding him there and like pausing him in space, right? That's what I think, because he's not moving. And he's like, oh shit, Julius. And this, he's dead. He's done. I wish I had a soundboard. I'd play the fa sound. There. Beautiful double page spread of just Asta, you know, dicing him to pieces. And he starts like, this is so like pretty. Oh, that's so nice. So obviously he got shattered. His wings are disappearing, and Lucius is devastated. His core is shattering, and Asta and Yuno lose their transformations. You can see it kind of like peeling away. So that was the end of chapter 383, and now we can start 389. Now this is the final chapter of not the manga, but of this entire fight. And it seems like Lucius is saying, why? How did this happen? I was perfect. I know I was. And Julius is replying, I was the Wizard King, the Magic Knights who I entrusted this to make it happen. What? Who I entrusted this to make it happen. I don't know. But they won't do. They can't make the world fair. They'll never bring about peace. Never bring about true peace. Julius is like, he's doing the speed laughing face though. Nobody can know that for sure. I can't read. You and I can see the future, and even we don't know that. That's why everybody keeps trying. Yuno and Asta move the people's hearts more than your salvation did. That is the answer. Basically calling him a fraud. And he disappears and disintegrates. It seems like everything's falling now. Like the whole problem is done. We did it, right? They've completed the task. Morris is disappearing. Inconceivable. He's dying. It seems like all the fake magic, all the fake paladins are disappearing. And that mana, that key, the Wizard King. And we see, obviously, Julius is back. They cut Lucius with Demon Slasher and used the spear power to spare me. You pulled off the ultimate achievement, haven't you? Yes, sir. So that's obviously them talking in unison. William and Yami are coming in. Yami, William. The magic. Oh, he's cracking. So he's not like, even though they saved him, he is cracking and dying here, right? You can see that the happening before he even does anything. William, Yami. The Magic Knights did magnificent work under your leadership. I'm glad I believed in you. We only made it this far because you gave us the chance. Obviously, he's looking at the destruction. This really did an enormous amount of damage. We're seeing like everybody. We see Seke, who's probably bleeding out. Damn it, I wanted to be stronger, right? Everyone's inspired by Asta. Okay, that's good. Sister, we did it. She's obviously disappearing since she doesn't have a body. The magic's about to wear off. I had no body to return to. I'll die soon. Okay, so I remember in the translation, like the translation is it was slightly different than this. It wasn't I'll be dead soon, I'll die soon. It's like I'm gonna die, right? It was a little bit more like upfront. The Crimson Lions member who fell in battle won't be coming back either. We did all we could for as long as we could. Do your best with the rest. Whoa, bars. No, obviously, Leopold is distraught. No, sister. Fragolion. Well, he got Spirit Dive, but Fragolion is trying to keep it in. And obviously, this is the most controversial thing that happened in the manga so far. This is my final task as the Wizard King. He's using his grimoire, and he's doing a giant time spell to set everything back. Right? He's setting everything back to how it was before the before Judgment Day, and a bunch of people who were dead are back. Obviously, Seke's back. A lot of the Crimson Dawn, Crimson. No, what is it? It's the Crimson Lion Guild is back. Fuego, Mary Leona has her body back. Thank God. Marx is back. Jack is back. Everybody's back, except for Julius. Julius does his stuff. He's continued to crack. He had the what is it? The swallowtail mark on his forehead, and now it's disappearing. I'll leave the kingdom in your hands. F, okay. It's true, he did die. So yeah, he falls over, which is kind of very unceremonial. He kind of just falls over. But you know, and then obviously everyone's saluting him, and that is the end of 389. So now we talk about this, right? So what does this mean? A lot of people are very upset with Julius turning back the clock. And I understand that it's a very, what is it? Disney Clover. That's the whole thing, right? The whole thing is Disney Clover. But I'm going to be 100% honest. I've talked about this with a few people that I read Black Clover with. And I had no, like, for me, there was no other real outcome, right? They were either going to save Julius and he was going to do something, or like, there was going to be some sort of cop-out. I always had a feeling there was going to be a cop-out at the end. But what is the word I'm looking for? I praise Tabata in his writing and in the way he sets up his story for putting like cop-outs like this into the story, right? He's already like, he's not planned this obviously, but he's already had this in the story for a while, right? We have a bunch of characters in the stories who have a bunch of cheats. That's the word I'm looking for. We have cheats to the ending, right? Julius is the ultimate cheat in Black Clover. He has time magic. With time magic, you can literally do anything. And I think the moment Black Clover was like, okay, so we know consequences don't really mean anything, is when Mimosa said, oh, we have magic, we can do whatever we want, right? We can all agree on that. The moment Mimosa said that, everyone was like, oh, so no one's ever going to die. And with how Tabata writes, we knew Julius was going to come back, and we knew he was probably going to do something like this. For me personally, do I feel like it's a cop-out, like it's a bad ending that Tabata basically reset everything before Judgment Day? In my opinion, no. My opinion, it's no. Mainly because I feel like a lot of people have a bad rap for time going back, like things in stories. I'm a part of the FGO community, and if you know anything about what's happening in FGO, like the JP side, you would know that this is kind of like a discussion that's going on. A lot of people are saying that it kind of feels pointless. Asa versus Yuno is coming. I hope it's coming. But like Asa versus Yuno, when it comes to that, there really is no reason for them to fight. It might be like that is the final chapter thing, right? It's not even like a long drawn out fight, not like Sasuke versus Naruto at the end of Naruto. I think it's going to be like a quick little sparring thing, because it's true, we never saw them fight. We never saw them fight like ever. But you know, it's complicated. We'll talk about that when the next thing are a little over, right? Because we have to deal with like the immediate aftermath of all of this, right? No, we have to deal with Noelle, with Mimosa, if they're even going to focus on love at all with Asta and any of the girls that like him. We don't know what's going to happen with Yuno. And the main thing that I've seen, the talk, is that instead of doing a single, did I see what? Julius the man. What? Julius the man? How do you say that, man? Manhote? Did I see what? What didn't I see? Asa versus Yuno is coming. I know a lot of people are saying like, where is Astaroth? And this image right here is very ominous because it's focusing more on like the back instead of like this. So a lot of people, I heard that discussion of Astaroth is going to possess Yuno, and then we're going to get a little fight there. But I don't know if that does happen. That's really cool, right? And then we can finally get like an Asta versus Yuno thing. But the main thing I've been hearing is that we're going to get like a joint Wizard King discussion. Oh, Mahoto. Oh, okay. Thank you. Um, Wizard King, nice. Julius the Wizard King, cool. All right, Julius. But that's what I've heard, right? That's what I've heard through the grapevine. I know there's gonna be one more chapter, not one more, like one more set in like March. But I don't know if there's gonna be anything after that. This was like I think the super climax. So this is kind of like this, and if it ends in March, I don't know. I don't like. Obviously, we can all agree that this ending is rushed, right? We know it's rushed. We know it's like not fleshed out as much as we want it to. But with the anime coming back, I'm putting a binding vow on the anime being goated because the anime has so much to cover, right? The anime has so much to deal with, and they have to go through so much, right? I think one of the major copes with the anime is that we're in that 15-month time skip after Lucius reveals himself. We're gonna get a mini arc. That's my cope, because my thing is in that little mini arc, what did Asta do in during those 15 months where he wasn't allowed back in the Clover Kingdom? And we know that Tabata and the animation studio, I think it was Period, that Period is willing to do filler canon, which they have already done for Black Clover. So it's not impossible for them to do something like that. And I'm very excited for the anime, obviously, because we've seen the animation already, we've seen the trailer, and we know that they're going to do really well. And we know that arc itself is amazing, except for like, Lucifero. But Lucifero is all right as a villain, right? He's okay. And I know a lot of people main complaint with the end of Lucius is that he has no backstory, right? He has no backstory. He's a bum. He's a he's a fraud. He's a coward, right? I'm gonna put a little bit of defense for Lucius. We do kind of know his backstory. We see it through the Zagratis siblings. We know that he was the oldest. We know that he was manipulating them since the very beginning. We know that he put the demon that attacked, I think, not Zagreus, the youngest, because that he was the guy who had man, I can't remember the Zagratis siblings. The youngest Zagratis, he obviously manipulated him to kill his best friend so that he would be a part of him. And we know that he was in a wheelchair, right? And we know that with the power of all the other demons, right, he's able to create a new body. So we kind of have like the inklings, like the groundwork for a backstory. But in truth, we kind of don't. Saying we don't need one is a little like weird, right? But we kind of really don't, because he's not really like a character like that. We don't need to know his full motives. We just need to know a little bit more, right? I feel like it's not the problem that we don't know his backstory. It's more the problem is that we don't really know why he's doing this specifically, right? I think if in the anime we get a little bit more fleshing out on that, that would be very helpful, because obviously he seems to have like a fixation on perfection, right? I know a theory way back when he first appeared was like, oh, this is Asta's father, right? This is Asta's dad. He's the only one able to clap Lisita with her weird anti-magic, with her weird magic absorbing thing, right? But now with this, obviously, that's not possible since he hates Asta and he sees him as a flaw of the world. But that's kind of like its own thing. But playing a little bit of defense for Lucius, he doesn't really need a full backstory, like I was saying. He just needs like a little bit more, just a tiny bit more, right? And I feel like we're gonna get that in the anime when it comes out. Now I know there's a lot of glazing in the manga right now, and a lot of people are like, "How is not gonna be the Wizard King with all of his merit?" Because he had a 1v1 with Lucius. He was holding out the fort while Asta was gone, and all that. I don't really know. Because is like the anti-fraud character, because you can't say he doesn't work hard for what he does, because he does work hard. He works as hard as Asta. He's like the fifth most physically fit mage out of everybody in Black Clover, which is pretty impressive. But and obviously he's getting all these power-ups. He has like a bunch of crazy magic, and Lucius basically glazed this entire fight. He's like, "You're perfect. You where is it? Is it in this one or is it in the previous one? I think it's in the previous one." But he was basically glazing. Uh, um, he was glazing Lucius. He was glazing the entire time, and he was just basically downplaying Asta. He was calling him trash. He was calling him fodder, right? And that's obviously a part of the problem with Lucius, right? He has this ego which we never saw before, but we didn't see how bad his ego was until he started losing, right? Because right here we see that he's like, I'm trying to make the world a better place. I'm trying to get rid of all these problems and make it salvation, right? That's like his whole thing. He wants to make the world better. We didn't know that at first, kind of. He wanted to make everyone a paladin, but it's a little shaky mistakey. But this is the thing that this is like Lucius's whole problem is that he thinks he's right because he can see the future and he can make everything better, but he can't see Asta. And I'm kind of happy that so far Asta isn't like this savior character. He doesn't have like this crazy backstory. It's like, oh, you were destined to do this, you were destined to do that. He is quite literally just an anomaly in the world that just perfectly countered Lucius. And I think that's amazing. And now I'm even more confused on who Asta's father is. Because who in their right mind risk their life to go for Lisita? I mean, I would, but who else in this world would do that? That's my main question. But Asta having no magic kind of makes sense, seeing as his mom is a magic draining woman. So probably when she was carrying him, she just drained all of his magic out, and he doesn't have that anymore. Now, that's a little bit of like the questions. Obviously, there's a lot of unanswered questions in the Black Clover in general. Like, what the hell was a Diamond Kingdom? Those guys were in like one arc and then came in near the end and didn't do anything else after that. That's the cope of the 15-month time skip. That's my biggest cope. My biggest scope is during the 15-month time skip, Asta went to the Diamond Kingdom and kind of helped them there. So that way we can get a little bit more on the Earth Spirit and then like the stuff. And I know a lot of people are also talking about where are the dwarves. And that's another major question. Where the hell are the dwarves? Because they introduced them at the end of the, like near the end of the Elf arc and then just never brought them up again. Again, I think they're probably in the Diamond Kingdom. It could be. And then like the final question of who's going to be Wizard King, right? What's going to happen now? Who's going to be the Wizard King after obviously Lucius is dead? Because I'm pretty sure, I don't know if his body's right here. I can't really zoom in right here, but I'm pretty sure that's dust after his body because obviously his body's crumbling away. My theory for who's going to be the Wizard King right this second is it's going to be Yami and William. It's going to be the first joint Wizard King, and it's going to be Yami and William. That way, Asta can be promoted to captain of the Black Bulls. I know it'll probably be Licht, but you know, Licht isn't really the type to want to be a leader. He doesn't want to do that. So I think it's because is technically the captain of the Golden Dawn right now, right? And William isn't. Because he passed it on to Remember that. So my theory is we're gonna have like a little time skip, maybe like a few days, and it's gonna be the coronation of Yami and William as the next Wizard Kings together, and then obviously Asta's going to be boosted to the captain of the Black Bulls, and then it's going to be Asta and as the two captains of their respective squads, and then maybe in another flash forward, like maybe like a few more years, like 5 or 6 years, we're going to get them dual coronated as the dual Wizard Kings. I know that can go to Spade since he is the Prince of Spade, and he could rule over there, but his mom's over there. She can rule. It should be fine, right? There's no real reason for him to do anything like that, right? Obviously the love for like who's Asa gonna go with, Mimosa or Noel, we don't know. It depends on what Tabata does. And a lot of like the major problem in these chapters and in the final arc in general is it's rushed. That is the major problem. We all can see it, we all know it is. There's so many things implemented that just don't get like flushed out at all, right? And it's a little upsetting, right? Like the whole the whole Diamond Kingdom coming in at the end, introducing the Earth Spirit last second, and then just having all that fighting happen off screen. It's a little upsetting. The whole, like, not all the Black Bulls getting like a full fight is very upsetting. The elves coming back out of nowhere with no like, what is the word I'm looking for? Like flashing at all, flashing with no substance there. They kind of just showed up There's no reason why they wouldn't be there originally. I don't think so. I don't remember them saying anything like that. But them just showing up is pretty weird. There's just a lot of questions that need answering, and I do honestly feel that when the anime comes out, it's going to fix a lot of these problems. Is this as bad as people were saying? No. Does this feel really bad? Yes. And here's why. I remember when My Hero was ending. I'm pretty sure all of you remember when My Hero was ending. When My Hero was ending, it was bad. Like when we started getting the original thing of Deku losing his quirk. People clowned on Deku for like the entire week until we got like the aftermath. And even after the original ending where he gets his suit, people were still calling him a bum because he didn't get the girl. And then a few months later, we got the extended ending, and then that's when we got everyone's like, okay, Deku's cool now. And then the anime just made it 1,000 times better, right? Nobody clowns that ending anymore. Nobody clowns any of that. But I'm saying the reason that allegation of Deku being a bum is gone is because it was only really a week. You had to wait only a week for the next chapter to reduce the bum allegations. But for Black Clover, we have to wait 3 months for the next stuff, which sucks. It sucks. So now we're kind of stuck in this negative feeling of, oh, well, this ending, I'm not happy with how the fight ended. Now I just have to ruminate on this negative feeling until we get the continuation in 3 months. I think the next one's going to be in March or something. So that's like where a lot of the turmoil comes from. It's the waiting, because we don't get an immediate resolution to all of this. We just get stuck in this feeling of, well, I don't really like this. I don't really like that. Oh, we don't know what's going to happen. Blah, 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 blah. And then that leads to a bunch of speculation. Like, oh, where's Astaroth? Where's Asta's father? Where's the dwarves? Why did the Diamond Kingdom come out of nowhere? It's a lot of those problems. Why didn't Asta fight him one-on-one, right? A lot of these concerns come from that feeling of we want more, but we have to wait. Because, we're anime fans. We're anime and manga fans. We like reading our story. We don't really want to wait for the next chapter. Granted, that suspense can be good, but it's not always. So I just say it's rough being a mangaka, especially Tabata, who's been suffering for these past, 10 years, basically. His wife is sick, his daughter is sick, one of his close childhood friends died recently, and he's kind of just wants to get over with Black Clover. Like, we can all feel it, he kind of just wants it to end. But at least he's putting in the effort to get, a happy ending, right? Kind of. Obviously, Lucius is dead. And the Disney Clover allegations, they are warranted, but not as much. Yes, everyone in the Clover Kingdom is back to life, but we forget that the Witch Queen died. When Asta first came back, the Witch Queen is dead. Half of the Golden Dawn died during the Spade raid arc, which we're going to see half of them. Well, technically before that, half of them died. And obviously, a lot of the Diamond Kingdom is dead, right? Probably, at least. Again, all that happened during the Spade Kingdom, but, that's there is death here, but it's not important death. And I'll say it again, nobody important died in My Hero. Nobody important died. If I'm right, Stars and Stripe died, but Stars and Stripe was around for 15 chapters. That's a nobody. That's a nobody, right? And I'm gonna be 100% honest. Stars and Stripes, her death meant literally nothing. You could have taken her out of the story and nothing would change. Genuinely nothing would change. But we're not talking about My Hero, we're talking about Black Clover. With the anime coming back, we have hope. We have almost one of the greatest twists in Black Clover and in anime with the Lucius reveal at the end of the season. We don't know how long the anime is going to be. We don't know if it's going to be 12 or 24 episodes. But if they're going to do 12, if they're doing the Bleach way that they're doing it, we have I think it's 24 per season for Bleach. I think it's 24. So we're probably going to end with the Lucius reveal. And if they want to add another arc, they could, which would be another season. So if anything, you probably have 3 or 4 more seasons of Black Clover. And that means we're going to have Black Clover for at least 5 more years. 5 or 4 more years, right? So there's a lot of Black Clover to come. I know it's very easy to stay negative with all this stuff, but we got to look at the positives, right? And that's my biggest thing. It's you have to stay positive even in a negative space, because being negative isn't always fun, right? So it's better to stay in a good mindset. It's better to try to find the positives and try to hold on to hope while they're still there, right? And that's all we can do. All we can do is wait for the next chapter, wait for the true ending, and wait to see what Tabata's cooking up. Wait for the anime, wait for a bunch of stuff. But yeah, I want to thank you guys for coming. I want to thank you all for watching me ramble about one of my favorite series ever. I want to thank Julius the Mahoto, I think I pronounced that right, for commenting and being here with me. But yeah, let me switch to this. Yeah. Um, Again, thank you so much. Tell me what you guys think. Put it in the comments down below. I'll try to read them and react to them as much as I can. And again, thank you guys so much. What's the word I'm looking for? Oh, I'd like to bid you all